Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the song ranking tier listing review of all the songs on Avatar's Hunter-Gatherer. I'm your host, Nick Perez from Nick Perez Music. You've seen me guess what some of the songs on Hunter-Gatherer were going to sound like. Now, I'm going to give you the official track ranking from 1 to 10. And I know you're probably thinking, Nick, what makes your review or tier ranking any better than anybody else's review on the album? Well, that's a very good question. And it's because I'm wearing a blazer. Because I'm wearing a blazer, this weighs more than anybody else's opinion on the internet. With that out of the way, and now that you've officially taken me as the know-all, be-all of Hunter-Gatherer, let's start. So what I want you to do, I want you to guess what my favorite song on Hunter-Gatherer was, and leave a comment right now. You have 10 seconds. Cool, thank you for your guess. I don't want to start from what I thought was the worst song and work my way up. And I don't want to start from what I thought was the best song and work my way down. So we're going to start with track number 6. I thought Child was track number 6. I was driving, and I heard that opening riff come in, and it slammed. And I made a face very similar to this. But, upon further listening, or as I've listened to the album more throughout the last couple days, it's still a good song, yes. But it didn't keep the, there's a certain feeling I feel like you get when you listen to certain songs that you perceive as good songs. You just get this energy about yourself, and it hasn't been there. Maybe it'll come back, maybe it won't. This right here, this riff. That riff, first time I heard it, I was like, ooh, that's a cool riff. The chorus was also pretty catchy in that too. I really like the verse. He's like narrating the whole like funeral, but I also kind of had this picture in my head of like some weird sort of I think it's the music video for Welcome to Avatar Country, where Johannes is walking with and he's like kind of doing like butt kicks the whole time. I'm sort of getting a visual like that for some reason. Except instead of butt kicks, it's like a da 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 or whatever. Child is at number 6. Now let's go to the bottom. Coming in at number 10 was Justice. It had some very cool riffage, and it had some very cool guitar work, very cool vocals, but it just wasn't anything, like nothing stands out to me in that track that isn't better or not found in the other tracks. Number 9, for like basically the same reasons, is When All But Force Fails. I hope I got that title right. I will say the main riff to When All But Force Fails, I instantly thought of Pantera. It's a groovy riff, and there's a pretty good lead in it too. But again, it's just not, those two tracks were not particularly standouts to me. Moving on to number 8. Number 8 was Gun. Actually, this kind of made me laugh. The first time I heard Gun, and I just found out it was a piano ballad. When I do tags in some of these videos for what songs probably sound like, I go like, Avatar Gun guitar lesson. Because if anybody wants to learn Gun, they'll come find my video and they might click on it. That being said, there's no guitar in Gun. There's nothing except piano and singing. So I had to change that as soon as I heard it, because that was stupid that anybody... I mean, I guess you could find a lesson, and I guess somebody could be arranging it for a guitar cover, possibly. Gun. I think it's a beautiful piece. It really displays Johannes' vocals very nice, and his vocal capabilities. Very nice song. I also really liked how there's that megaphone filter on his voice the whole song. I think that adds to it a lot. It's ranked a little lower just because, like, I don't know. It's kind of stagnant water. It doesn't really pick up anywhere. There's that cool instrumental break. It's a piano solo, I guess we'll call it. And that was very cool. But again, nothing. There's no, like, build. It's like that. There's no, like, we're going up, we're going up, we're going up. I guess we're going up to get to the chorus. And then we kind of flatline. It stays flatline for pretty much the rest of the song. I like songs that kind of have like the roller coaster sort of vibe to them. So, Gun is at number 8. Number 7, God of Sick Dreams by Avatar. These are all by Avatar. I really like, if you saw my initial reaction to that song, that's sick. You know I didn't like it as much as Silence in the Age of Apes. And that's still the case. Things I like about that song, really love the chorus. It has like this maiden sort of, the 6/8 kind of vibe going through it. And I really, really still like that breakdown bridge section, I guess, when they just go right in the 4/4. I wish that riff was a little longer, or that whole part was a little longer. And there's a really cool solo in that song too. And I do like the chorus. I think it's very catchy. I am the god of sick dreams. You know what? I should sing an Avatar just because of that. I will just sing the chorus for God of Sick Dreams because that was a beautiful vocal performance. And number 6 was Child. So that is the back half of the album. Let's dive into the juicy cuts. What I thought were the top 5 songs on Avatar's Hunter-Gatherer. By the way, how is this for an album review? Because I've never done an album review, and I don't watch album reviews. So if you guys like this, let me know what other albums I should review. And if not, comment something anyways. Just write a story in the comments. So number 5 was Silence in the Age of Apes. If you guys watched any of the What Songs Probably Sounds Like, which you should, even 2 nights ago when I did one for A Secret Door, Silence in the Age of Apes was still my number 1. And now it's dropped down to number 5. Now that I'm hearing the whole album as one collective unit instead of the singles, I still love it. I think it's a great way to open the album, and I still think the We Accelerate might be the second heaviest thing on the album. I don't know. It dropped down when I heard the whole album as a whole. I also do think it's because that song's been out since what, like May? I think I'm just used to it more, and it's not as impactful because it's the first song on the album, and it was the first single. So I just don't think I don't know. Maybe I'm tired of it. I'm not tired of it. I love that song. The other ones hit me more. Hey, you know what rhymes with more? Number 4. Number 4 was Colossus. Let me kind of jump back to number 5 because these two kind of go together. When I first heard Silence in the Age of Apes, I was thrilled. I was like, wow, this is a kick-ass song. Oh, what the hell is that? When I first heard Colossus, I was very much just kind of, it's alright. This is the last ranked song right now, unfortunately. But as I started listening to it more, I started hearing that it was more of a kind of song that I personally like. I'm not a huge, I love, death metal. I love all the growling stuff. But I tend to like more melodic songs better. If you listen to my own music, which is August 21st, if you were able to see my Spotify, it's most of the stuff I listen to is very melodic. There's a lot of, it's more so singing based, more than growling based. I love growling and screaming. I tend to gravitate more towards the melodic vocals. And I don't know, as I was just listening through it during the month of July, I was just kind of vibing more with Colossus. I saw myself screaming Colossus Arise as I was going for my runs and getting weird looks from people that don't have it blasting in their headphones. The chorus, Colossus Arise, is probably one of my favorite moments of the album. The one thing that was weird for me at first, now I think I'm kind of used to it more this way, but the voiceover in the music video, it really bothered me at first that wasn't in the single. And I think I've gotten over that, but it was really weird at first. It's a great riff. That's a very cool part. Number 3, I didn't realize was on the album at first. Because the first time I listened to the album in my car while I was driving to go get that coffee, because I had no power and I couldn't make my own. So Dunkin' Donuts, you got a lot of my money this past week. Hit that subscribe button so hopefully I can eventually monetize and recoup the loss I gave to Dunkin' Donuts this week. However much, I don't know, 4 cold brews works out to be. I stopped the album too early and didn't hear this song, and then later that day, what the hell was that? And then later that day, when I went for my run, I thought the album was over, and then Wormhole came on, and I was like, what is this? This is the heaviest song on the album. Everything about that is just massive. From that opening riff to the chorus, the wormhole is closing. Also, maybe I'm just weird, but I keep getting this weird, every time I hear the chorus, the wormhole, I think of that South Park episode with when they're doing Ancient Aliens and Thor and Natalie Portman. They need to go get Natalie Portman to open her wormhole so Thor can go back to Asgard, or the Thanksgiving planet.
No.
And since I know that they're South Park fans and they did a cover of I Got Something in My Pocket for You, it makes me feel like they wrote this song and it's like about that. That's probably wrong. But you know, somewhere in the multiverse, that could be true. Everything about Wormhole, from just it's heavy, the riff kicks ass. This part specifically. So I heard that, I was like, what is going on? And then this happens. All that double kick. And then you're just like, okay. And then, boom. Wormhole! Gotta get Thor back to the planet. It's such a great riff. Great solo. I also really, really enjoyed the guitar tones all over this album. Even the clean tones. I tend to not like those bridge humbucker clean tones. I'm not a huge fan of that. But it really worked on this album, I think, as a whole. So Wormhole, number 3. Number 2 and number 1 have kind of just been like back and forth for me. They're the 2 songs that I'll press the back button on because my CD hasn't come in yet. So I don't have a physical copy. I've just been abusing Spotify. And they're kind of interchangeable. I feel they will be. I also feel like this list will not always be the same way. Number 2 is A Secret Door. Now, I just gave my reaction and initial thoughts to that.
Ooh! Look at that! That was rad.
So go watch the What A Secret Door by Avatar Probably Sounds Like video, and then come back. Actually, finish this video, and then go watch that, and then come back. But I just think A Secret Door is a beautifully written song. From the initial, like, whistling intro, that little ambiance, if you will, to that riff that comes in, then it gets a little cleaner again, and then, like I said in the What Songs Probably Sound Like video, just a wrecking ball comes in and demolishes everything that's been going on, and it just builds, and it's a great tune. Really, really well done. It's very it's melodic when it needs to be. It growls and gets heavy when it needs to be. Very well composed. That's what I was about to say. It's a very well written song. Bravo. Which means number 1 is Scream Until You Wake. When I heard this, it was like, everything I want in a song. It's catchy as hell. Everything. It reminds me of like this. It's got like a surfer. My camera does this thing where it cuts off, but it's good because I just realized this thing here on my shirt. This collar was kind of tucked away, and I looked like a fool for most of this video. But you know what? Who cares? Because we're talking about metal. And there's no fashion in metal, except for glam metal. I was driving to go get this cold brew that I've been mentioning. It came in, and it hit you with this riff, and it was like, oh, that's a good riff. And then it came in with another heavy riff, and I was like, oh, that's another good riff. And then he starts singing, and it's just the one guitar with the kick, and he's just belting out those vocals, and it's like, oh, this song's gonna be really, really, really good. And it is really, really, really good. Not to taint anyone's opinions, but it reminds me of a song by Subvision, which is Tobias Forge's old band before Ghost. And maybe that's why I'm gravitating towards it, because I always wanted Subvision to be a little bit heavier. So this is like the heavier version of that. But anyways, oh, by the way, the 2 guitar solos in this song are ripping. They're like the perfect guitar solos because they shred just enough, but you can like sing them when you need to. And there's like all the dual guitar work going on in them. Very nice. The chorus, very catchy. This part. I've never done an album review before, can you tell? I love this chorus too. Dun, dun, dun. I still don't know any of the words to this album. Okay, I just realized it now, listening to that. The guitar solos on this album sound like they're from Painkiller. And that tone is, it's great. It's got that little hint of like 80s metal to the whole like solos on this album. Or at least some of them. Scream Until You Wake, number 1 song. Here's our official track listing, or the official final hierarchy track order of songs in order of the best to worst on Avatar's Hunter-Gatherer. as decreed by Nick Perez from Nick Perez Music, is as follows. Number 1, Scream Until You Wake. Number 2, A Secret Door. Number 3, Wormhole. Number 4, Colossus. Number 5, Silence in the Age of Apes. Number 6, Child. Number 7, God of Sick Dreams. Number 8, Gun. Number 9, When All But Force Fails. And number 10, Justice. Thank you guys for tuning in to this album review. The best one on the internet, because I'm wearing a blazer. I can't wait to see some of these songs played live. What songs do you guys want to hear live? So my top 3, obviously, I want to hear live. Scream Until You Awake, A Secret Door, and Wormhole. Wormhole will be so heavy live. Oh my god, that would be so cool to see. I cannot wait to hear these live. I don't know when that's going to happen, but hopefully sooner rather than later. Thank you guys for checking out this review. If you think I should do more of them, let me know what albums you want me to review. And yeah, I will see you next time for a What Songs Probably Sound Like, or maybe a cover of Gun happening soon. I don't know. Could be a thing. But subscribe, because you want to stay tuned for all this stuff. Here's an idea. Subscribe to this channel right now. I think that's enough. Alright guys, see you later. Peace out.